Story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News at 7. I am Ebolomo Adekunle. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has extended the continuous voter registration in Kano, Lagos, Plateau, Ogun, Edo and Imo states by 2 days. Adamawa is the only one state in the third phase whose residents would not benefit from the 2-day extension. INEC said in a statement by its spokesman, Kayode Idowu, that the exercise, which commenced on Wednesday, November 12 and was scheduled to end on Monday, November 17, will now last until Wednesday, November 19. It added that INEC Chairman Professor Atahiru Jega approved the extension to make up for initial challenges in the exercise, as well as to enable as many eligible persons as possible to get registered. The Commission, however, says it would not take kindly to multiple registration during the exercise. The National Chairman of Nigeria's Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Atahiru Jega, has confirmed the arrest of 2 INEC ad hoc staff for carrying out a house-to-house registration of voters in Kano State. CoreTV News gathered that the arrest was carried out with the involvement of operatives of the Department of State Service DSS and the Kano Police. The resident electoral commissioner for Kano State also confirmed the arrest effected at a polling unit in the Kabo area of the state. The 2 arrested individuals have, however, been granted bail. The Director General of the DSS, Ekpeyong Ita, was said to have alerted Jega, who confirmed the arrest and assured that the replacement for the 2 staff involved was already on. Jega insisted that the offenders would be prosecuted. As a fallout of the World Congresses of the PDP in Rivers State continues, the leadership of the party in the state has warned its governorship and other aspirants to play by the rules and be guided by the provisions of Article 58, subsection 1 of the party's constitution of the 2012 as amended. State Chairman of the party, Felix Obua, in a statement signed by Special Advisor on Media, Jerry Nidam, called on governorship aspirants and other aspirants on the platform of the party to stop making statements that will bring the name of the party into disrepute, threatening that disciplinary actions would be taken against errant members. Obua, who was reacting to statements credited to some aspirants on the platform of the party, says the party has decided not to zone the governorship of the party for the 2015 election. Obua also reminded the aspirants that the party is superior to individuals and would not cease to conduct its programs and activities according to the provisions of its constitution. The Accord Party is demanding a rerun of the August 9, 2014 governorship election that returned Rauf Aregbesola as governor of Osun State. According to the party and its governorship candidate at the election, Niyi Owolade, the poll was fraught with irregularities in all the 30 local government areas of the state, hence the call for a rerun. The petitioners presented photocopies of certified true copies of forms ECHA series as exhibits before the tribunal over the weekend. Council's Governor Rauf Aregbesola and APC picked holes in the documents presented by the Accord Party, but allowed the tribunal to accept them as exhibits in order to fast-track the
challenging
hearing.
the elections in all the 30 local governments. Ours is different. Ours is unique. Because I was going through, I saw the PDP's petition last week, and I realized that they were challenging 17 or something like that. Ours is the 30, and our own main prayer is that there should be a rerun.
What they have brought today is a photocopy of a certified copy. In the case of Yola Omishore and Aregbesola, which came up yesterday, they tendered the certified copy that had the original stamp of INEC. That is what the case of Olade has now reproduced as a copy, which they are now tendering today. And we have noticed some manipulations. So upon which we are saying that this cannot be the certified copy of the original.
I can tell you without fear of contradiction that the Supreme Court has held in countless cases that the photocopy of a certified true copy is a photocopy of an authentic document. That objection, respectfully, does not have any merit.
Thank you. Your name, sir. Of the accord against the victory over Aregbesola has been heard alongside that of the PDP and its governorship candidate, Yola Omishore. The Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar, and Catholic Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Hassan Kuka, have stated that Nigeria would not disintegrate because of crises which are being anticipated during the 2015 general elections. According to them, Nigeria would remain united no matter the drums of war being beaten by some persons who do not wish the country well. They, however, called on Nigerians across ethnic and religious diversities to work towards sustainable dialogue, reconciliation and peace. The Sultan, represented by the Andoma of Doma in Nasarawa State, Amadu Aliyu Oga and Kuka, stated this during a roundtable on rekindling the spirit and culture of volunteerism in Nigeria and public presentation of a book titled Peace and Reconciliation, a Nigerian Conversation, jointly organized by Kuka Center and the Department of Mission and Dialogue, Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria. The monarch said, "The ordinary man in Nigeria loves this country. The ordinary man in Nigeria believes in the indivisibility of this country. The ordinary man in Nigeria believes that Nigeria must remain one and united always." It's the CoreTV News at 7. We take a break and we return with more stories. Stay with us.
One continent, 54 countries, over 2,000 languages, but united with similar interests. As news breaks, we give you in-depth analysis around Africa every Monday on CoreTV News.
Thank you for being there with us, and you can also reach us on our social media platform. On Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News. On Twitter at CoreTV News NG. Also on YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV, leave a space, then news. Nigerian military says troops have retaken Chibok from Boko Haram few days after the insurgents took over the community. Defense headquarters disclosed this in a series of tweet messages from its Twitter handle. It said troops have not only pushed out the insurgents, but are also carrying out mopping up operations. Defense spokesman General Chris Olukolade added that special forces are pursuing the fleeing insurgents, but there is still no independent confirmation of the report. Boko Haram insurgents took over Chibok early on Friday morning. President Goodluck Jonathan on Saturday said the federal government was determined to liberate all territories occupied by Boko Haram insurgents in the northeast. Jonathan gave the assurance at the launch of the presidential initiative for the northeast in Maiduguri. Represented by the Minister of State for Power, Mohammed Wakil, Jonathan said government was in the process of deploying more troops and resources to ensure quick liberation of the occupied territories. He said government would unveil a Marshall Plan for the rehabilitation, reconstruction and redevelopment of the areas soon after the insurgents had been dislodged. The president added that government had introduced numerous intervention programs to alleviate the sufferings of the people affected by the insurgency. He named some of them to include the Presidential Initiative for the Northeast, headed by the National Security Advisor, Sambo Dazuki, and the Presidential Committee on Distribution of Relief Materials, headed by NEMA Director General Malam Sani Sidi, among others. As the insurgency in northeastern Nigeria festers, the United Nations says the population of Nigerian refugees in a Cameroonian camp has tripled in the last 2 months. In a statement issued by the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, the organization cited Cameroonian authorities' claim that about 13,000 Nigerian refugees crossed over from the Nigerian border state of Adamawa after Boko Haram insurgents attacked and captured the town of Mubi late October. UNHCR warns that thousands of Nigerians who escaped the deadly threat posed by the terrorist group Boko Haram are fleeing into neighboring Cameroon. The organization said the refugees fled to Gaida and Gashiga towns in the northern region of Cameroon and to Boha, Mogode and Bukula in the far north. UNHCR, however, noted that in spite of the continued attacks, most of the recent 13,000 refugees in Cameroon have returned to Nigeria, with Yola, Adamawa State capital, as their destination. It also said it is examining claims by the refugees that they had been forced to return to their country of origin as they re-entered Nigeria, adding that it was seeking assurances from both countries that the return of these people was done on a voluntary basis. The UN organization also said recent violence on the Niger-Nigeria border had prompted at least 1,000 Nigerians to escape into Niger's Boso area, particularly when the insurgents captured Malam Fatori last week. Ahead of the 2015 general elections, the National Task Force on Illegal Importation of Small Arms and Light Weapons has raised the alarm over the increasing number of illegal borders currently being used to smuggle dangerous weapons into the country, which it said has hit 6,000. The organization said it was willing to partner with security operatives in the country in protecting the borders across the country. The Director General of NATFORCE and former presidential candidate of African Liberation Party in the 2011 elections, Emmanuel Osita Okereke, expressed this concern during an interview with journalists in Abuja. While commenting on the current security challenges in the Northeast, he urged President Goodluck Jonathan to check the allegiance of his service chiefs and advisors following the attacks in the Northeast. He alleged that security chiefs and those advising Jonathan on security matters may have been sabotaging his efforts to wipe out terrorism in Nigeria. A federal high court in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, hearing the case instituted against the management of the Obafemi Awolowo University, has directed the school to settle out of court with the rusticated students. The students are challenged to what they termed illegal rustication by the school in court. Meanwhile, counsel to the university had before the order told the court that the school did not rusticate the students. Rashid encountered the counsels on the directive and filed in this report.
Great Ife, great, I love you. There's only one great Ife in the universe.
That's the mood at the Federal High Court sitting in Osogbo when the case involving the management of the Obafemi Awolowo University and the students came up for hearing during the week. Olajuwon and other 8 students had dragged the school authority before the court for illegal rustication over their participation in a protest. Justice Babs Kwewumi directed the matter to be settled out of court. The police also denied ever investigating the students, while the school authorities denied rusticating Juwon and the 8 others in the first place.
There was no time they investigated Sanyaolu Olajuwon. The counsel to the university authority in Viva Voce said there was no time the applicant, that's Sanyaolu Olajuwon, was sent away from school. The court, as a parent, advised that the matter be resolved among parties.
The case of the student is being looked into, and the position of the court and of the council is that we should resolve this matter out of court.
In making sure all parties see to the settlement within reasonable period of time, the court ordered that the settlement report be brought to its notice as the school speaks on its demand from the affected students.
The court directed that we should come back on the 4th of December 2014 to report settlement, possibly to withdraw the processes and have the case struck out, or to report to the court the situation of whatever discourse we have engaged in.
We are hoping that the two parties cooperating together, this matter should be resolved out of court. And we are coming back to report the out-of-court settlement at the next adjourned date. So we are asking for an undertaking for good behavior. It's as simple as that.
One of the affected students, Sanyaolu, speaks on his expectation from the school authorities.
As long as I'm back on campus, and the management does not continue in its act of, witch-hunting student activists no more. So there's no issue with that.
Many are already looking out to the out-of-court settlement to bring in the desired relief. Rashid, CoreTV News, Oshogbo.
Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation has unveiled Volumes 7 and 8 of the Nigerian Banking Law Reports. Former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Alpha Begore, presented the new documents at the weekend in Abuja. The retired jurist also commended the NDIC for sustaining the publication, which he said would go a long way to aid the development of the economy.
We applaud the efforts of the corporation to sustain publication up to date. It is no doubt one of the reliable means of disseminating knowledge of law and practice of banking in Nigeria to the general public. Finally, it is gratifying to note that Nigerian Banking Law Report is the only one of its kind in Nigeria and probably in West Africa. In terms of quality, it is one of the best in the annals of legal reports. Some of the features of the report which makes it stand out are: it is accessible and affordable. It is well focused within the set mission of its content. It is durable, well-bounded, unfading. It is impregnable in identity. It lends itself readily to the need and activities of legal researchers.
It will interest you to note that NDIC, as a member of the Financial Sector Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, has been actively involved in promoting and distributing to financial and contributing to the financial inclusion, which is a tool for economic development, particularly in the area of poverty reduction, employment generation, wealth creation, and improving welfare through its mandate of deposit guarantee, supervision, and
Rivers State has announced a donation of 5,000 complete set of personal protective equipment to ECOWAS in support of member states affected by Ebola virus disease. Health Commissioner Samson Parker announced the donation on behalf of Governor Rotimi Amechi when he received an ECOWAS delegation in Port Harcourt at the weekend. He also disclosed that the state is contributing 100 volunteer health workers to the pool of 500 pledged by Nigeria to assist ECOWAS countries affected by Ebola. Lagos State is also contributing more than 200 of the Nigerian volunteers due to travel to their respective countries of assignment. The ECOWAS team is in Nigeria to document the country's success in stemming the tide of the virus that has killed 5,000 lives from the 13,000 confirmed cases since the outbreak. We'll take another break now and we'll be back with a story outside Nigeria. Please stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Thank you for being there. A video released into the internet claims to show that the group Islamic State has killed captured U.S. aid worker Abdul Rahman Kasig in the video. A masked militant stands over a severed head said to be that of Kasig. The aid worker, known as Peter Kasig until his conversion to Islam, was kidnapped in Syria last year. In an October video of the killing of British aid worker Alan Hennon, the group had ended with a threat to Kasig. It was not immediately possible to confirm that Kasig was pictured in the latest video, which also purports to show a group of Syrian soldiers being killed. Abdulrahman Kasig's parents, who live in the U.S. state of Indiana, last month released extracts of a letter written by him in which it told of the strains of captivity. And that's it on the CoreTV News at 7. Join us again at 9:45 for the primetime news. Thank you for watching. I am Ebun Lomo Adekunle.